Hey guys, what's up? I'm back again with another DVD and game update for you. So yeah, I got a special one for you guys this time because me and Corolla actually went to New York on a holiday and we just came back yesterday. And I thought I'd do a nice video for you guys, a special one like I said, because we went to New York of course to do a lot of shopping as well, and we also went to New York Comic Con. So yeah, I went to a lot of couple of game stores there and some DVD shops and all that, and I found some really awesome stuff. Just yeah, so let's get right to it and see what I got. All American stuff. So first I got here is DVD of The Shining. Well, of course I already had this classic in my collection, and this is definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. But the thing is that the US version is actually quite a bit longer than the European version, which I didn't even know until like last year or something. I found out. Someone mentioned it in one of the Facebook groups that actually the US version is that much longer, and it's not like it's cut for like 5 minutes, but it's like this version. Let me just see here is 142 minutes, and the European version is like 115 minutes or something like that. So it's quite a big a difference. So I haven't seen this version yet, but I will definitely check it out very soon. So yeah, uh, just so you know, I bought quite a lot, so this probably gonna be a long video. I'll try to go through it as fast as possible. Next one up here is Don't Answer the Phone. Yeah, a classic horror movie. I've been looking for this for quite a while. And luckily to find actually the uncut version. They had two versions, and I almost bought the cut version. I didn't even see it on the cover, but then I saw this one, and yeah, I'm very glad to have this one. Another classic horror slasher movie here. Yep, Slumber Massacre. Oh, Slumber Party Massacre. Yeah, just look at that cover. That looks promising. Really love my slashers, so definitely want to check this one out. I haven't seen it actually, so yeah. So at New York Comic Con, Trauma actually had a stand there as well. You might know Trauma, probably most horror movie fans know Trauma from such movies, classics like the Toxic Avenger and all that. So yeah, we actually met Lloyd Kaufman there. He was a really weird and cool person actually. But he also had quite some DVDs. Probably one of the only stands actually that were selling DVDs. So yeah, I bought a few just to support them, and yeah, they had some things I really wanted to have for quite a while actually. So there's not a lot of Trauma stuff available here in Europe. I mean, you can order it online, of course, but just to buy it from Trauma directly themselves, that's always pretty cool. Really support their, their stuff. So yeah, here we go. And right here is Serve Nazis Must Die. Yeah, that's a weird one. Oh man, I just freaking love this cover already. So yeah. I got here a bit more old school one is Monster in the Closet. Yeah, also a weird one. And definitely even a bit more old school here is The Hanging Woman. And yeah, I mean, this is one, again, the cover itself just convinced me already. Just love this one. Got a couple more from them as well. Got here is Romeo and Juliet. Definitely a classic, one of the maybe better knowns from them. This one as well, Glass of Nukem High. Yeah. And this is probably the only one that I've seen. It's Combat Shock. I already have the Dutch DVD version, but yeah, I mean, I really loved this movie when I saw it, and this is the 2-disc version. I just really wanted to have it. And it actually contains another version of the movie, which is called American Nightmares. and yeah, it's also quite a bit longer. Let me see here. The running time is actually 8 minutes longer than the Combat Shock version. So yeah, a lot of cool extras on this as well. So yeah, so yeah, we also went to yeah, quite some stores. I'm thinking of the name of the store right now. I can't quite come up with it at the moment. But yeah, I found quite some cool DVDs there as well. And this one was there in like the cheap bin, Splatter Architects of Fear, which is actually a documentary about more the special effects and splatter movies and all that. So yeah, seems pretty interesting. I don't know. A lot of the cheap DVDs they had there were not that awesome, but this one definitely was. So yeah. Also there I bought a Night of the Creeps, which is, yeah, this one I really dig this one. I've seen this. Yeah, Tom Atkins, and this is just freaking awesome. Definitely a horror classic. For some reason, there are not too many versions of this film on DVD. It's not even released, as far as I know, in the Netherlands. It's not, I think, but I don't think it's even released in Europe. Well, actually, I mean in the UK. I think there is only this version. I'm not entirely sure about that, but yeah, definitely glad to finally have it in my collection. And last one I got here from the same store is actually Maniac. Yeah, another one that's definitely an awesome classic. Special effects by Tom Savini. I mean, you know, how much better can it get? Another nice 80s slasher classic. And to be honest, I haven't seen this one either. Yeah, I know. This is probably, I've seen so many horror fans talk about this film, and for some reason I still didn't own it. But I was looking for it for quite some time, and yeah, now I found it. Still thinking about the store name, but for some reason I can't come up with it. Well, yeah, I found some awesome stuff here as well. Some other stores. This one is actually just at yeah, a local 7-Eleven or something like that. They had some DVDs, and this was actually the only good one I found. A nice blaxploitation film. Yeah, Jim Brown, Slaughter's Big Ripoff. Yeah, I love my blaxploitation movies, man. So yeah, I also went to a couple of Best Buys, and this is probably one of the only movies I bought at Best Buy. This another blaxploitation double feature with Blackula and Scream Blackula. Scream, yeah, some awesome blaxploitation horror movies, man. That's freaking awesome. I can't wait to see these. So I got two movies here that actually I didn't buy, but Corolla bought, but still wanted to show them. She only bought them because she lost them as well. But yeah, if she didn't buy them, I would have bought them. So, anyways, also from Best Buy is the latest Rob Zombie movie, 31. I know this one got a lot of mixed reviews, probably mostly bad. I've seen the movie, and I must say that I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. I mean, it's probably not his best film. I mean, The Devil Rejects and House of Thousand Corpses are definitely one of my favorites. But to be honest, I'm quite I like his movies quite a lot. I thought that the Halloween sequel, the remake sequel, that was probably his worst. I loved the first Halloween remake. It's not as good as John Carpenter's classic, but it's still really good. I think it's really good. I don't mind talking about of Mike's past and all that, but whatever. Some people seem to really hate that, but okay. Yeah, 31. It's quite a strange movie, actually, but it definitely has the Rob Zombie stamp on it. So I would recommend checking it out, definitely. I got here, it's a new Chucky. Yeah, Cult of Chucky. So I knew this just came out, and I just knew they would sell it at Best Buy, and they did. So this is actually pretty cool. And what's actually pretty nice is that the guy who played the kid in the first Child's Play is actually in this film as well, and he was also at New York Comic Con. And Corolla got an autograph and a picture with him as well, so that's pretty nice. And the last DVD I got was Dario Argento's Suspiria. Yeah, this is probably one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I just freaking love this one so much. But I did already have it. I got the DVD, the Dutch DVD version, but this is the 3-disc edition with an extra DVD, and the third disc is actually a CD of the soundtrack, the Goblin soundtrack, which is really awesome. I mean, Goblin did the best soundtracks ever, I think, for movies. I mean, I just love their music, man. And yeah, so I was looking for this 3-disc edition for quite a bit, actually, for a good price. As you can see here on the back, there's only 60,000 made, which is not that much, of course. So yeah, really glad and stoked to find this one finally. The store I got this one at was actually in the store called Book Off. If you love DVDs and CDs and even video games and books, of course, I really would recommend checking out that store. That has a lot of secondhand stuff. There were so many DVDs, just too many to go through in one day, man. It's just, there was so much stuff, and it has like yeah, a lot of different genres also. A lot of cheap stuff, even more expensive, a lot of classics, horror movies. Yeah, probably everything you can think of. I mean, there's so much stuff there that I even didn't buy that I wanted to have. But you know, so yeah, continuing on, I got here 2 games for PS2. So especially for my video games, I was definitely looking for stuff that isn't released in Europe. I got some things that are released here, but that was definitely because of the price. You know, it was quite cheap, quite cheap stuff there compared to what it costs here in Europe. And you know, the dollar is actually yeah, it's a bit lower than the euro, so it was, yeah, very, you know, it's nice for us to buy it over there. First one here, what I got here for PS2 is Gun Club. It's actually the NRA, National Rifle Association Gun Club, which is pretty weird for some reason. It's just a game. Yeah, it's I guess you can call it a first-person shooter. As you can see here, you're at the shooting range and all that. Pretty weird game. But yeah, I'm a collector of first-person shooters, and I definitely wanted to have some American ones as well. So yeah, this one isn't released in PAL territory, so yeah, I got this one. And another PS2 game. There's Cabela's Deer Hunt. Yeah, 2004 season. So yeah, as you might know, I'm actually a really big fan of Cabela's games. I got a couple more actually for different systems, and yeah, Cabela's has a lot of games released actually in Europe, but there are quite a lot that aren't released here. So they have so many games. It's just so weird to me because here, like in the Netherlands, I've never heard anybody even talk about these games. And I know they're not the best games, but you know, hunting games, man, it's just so weird to me that there are even games out there where you're just shooting animals. I know it's a sport or something for some people. Yeah. I don't want to go into a discussion or anything about hunting, but it's, you know, in video games, I think it's definitely okay to shoot some animals. I mean, there's no difference in shooting aliens or animals or people or whatever. I mean, it's all video game violence and it's all good fun. So yeah, so that's it for the PS2 games. I got quite a bit of Xbox One games. The cool thing about Xbox One is finally Xbox has gone region free, so I can buy some games in the US. And that I did. And these are just some examples of games that were quite cheap actually. I bought them for $20 each or something at Best Buy. Most of them. And these are all the Lego games. I got here is Lego Marvel Avengers, which I got last time I think or something on 360. And now I got an Xbox One as well. And this one, Batman 3, Beyond Gotham, which I also got on 360 recently. Yeah, actually all of these I got on 360 recently, but yeah, new Lego Star Wars. Well, new, it's already a couple years old, but to me it's still quite new. And the Lego Marvel Superheroes, which we started to play yesterday, actually the day we got home. So yeah, this is actually already quite fun. Me and Corolla always play these Lego games together, and they're just freaking awesome, man. Really, really loving the Marvel game already. Another one here I got is Mortal Kombat XL. So yeah, this is, these were all released here in Europe, but like I said, they were quite cheap. For Mortal Kombat XL, it was more like we went to New York Comic Con and there was like a Mortal Kombat 25-year anniversary panel with the whole crew of the first Mortal Kombat actually, which is 4 people, but still, it was the whole team, and that was freaking awesome. We were talking about all the Mortal Kombat games, mostly about the first one actually, but yeah, for some reason I was thinking in a panel, why the hell don't I have the new Mortal Kombat actually? So yeah, and one of the next days I went to a GameStop and to pick up Mortal Kombat XL. What's cool thing about this is also that has like some of the horror characters in there. You can see here got Jason and got Leatherface and got Alien and Predator and all that. So that's that's freaking awesome. Yeah, so about some games that weren't released in Europe. I got here, as far as I know, maybe around this time they're already released, or maybe they're released and I don't know about it. I did some research and I couldn't find anything about these games in Europe. So yeah, maybe they are released and I don't know about it. Searching for Xbox One physical releases is not that easy, I think. But I did my best and I think I found some stuff. And it doesn't really matter that much anyway. But like I said, I'm a first-person shooter collector. That's definitely my main goal for all my systems. I want to own all first-person shooters. And this one, yeah, Killing Floor 2 is one of them. What I saw on the internet, and I'm even not entirely sure about this one, is this is actually a best of a GameStop exclusive. I know they did the Duke Nukem physical release as well, which is a GameStop exclusive. And I think this one is one as well. And it also got all the DLC included with it. Just so you guys know, for those of you who are interested, the DLC is actually on the disc. So if you want to buy this secondhand, you can for the DLC. Same goes actually for Mortal Kombat XL. I didn't even know about that. I bought the game new, so I could have actually just bought it, the secondhand version. Because Mortal Kombat XL is actually the re-release, for those of you who don't know, of Mortal Kombat X, but XL includes like all the DLC and all that. So yeah, more more first-person hunting fun here. Yeah, Big Buck Hunter Arcade. So the thing about this, I knew about the digital release and I was really thinking about getting it. I saw that PS4 actually had a physical release, but I never knew this one existed for Xbox One as a physical release as well. I don't think it's out that long, but yeah, the first GameStop I went to, I saw this one in the shelves, and I was like, holy shit, I have to have this one. And yeah, I'm really glad I have it. So yeah, I mean, I know most people probably don't give a crap about this game. It's probably not the best out there, but you know, to me, this is pure awesomeness. So yeah, and yeah, talking about some hunting games, I got our Cabela's game. The only one on Xbox One right now, as far as I know. I've been looking for this one for quite a while. It's been on my Christmas list for a couple of years, I think. And yeah, but I finally got it. Definitely went to some trouble even in New York to find this one. Yeah, I think about GameStop. I went to a couple of stores where I, brought the game to the counter and they didn't even have it. So yeah, it happened for this game and another 360 Cabela's game, which unfortunately I couldn't find in any other stores, so I couldn't grab it. But yeah, this one, man, this was one of my main goals for the holiday, to find for my games that I wanted to buy. So we also did some sightseeing and all that. We didn't just only go shopping for games and all that, just so you guys know. Yeah. So yeah, for the games I was looking for, I had a little list of some things I got, and actually I got all the stuff for Xbox One I was looking for. And one of my main goals also were these two. Yeah, the Mega Man Legacy collections. Yeah, man. I really don't know why they aren't released in here in the Netherlands. As far as I know, not even in the UK. I think they're all in the US only. But yeah, I heard some really good stuff about these. I mean, it's just Mega Man, man. And Mega Man Legacy Collection here, the first one, it's got Mega Man 1 till 6 on it. And the second one here is got 7 till 10, which is just cool. I mean, I know they're just old school Mega Man compilations, but yeah, it's to me, I really love these kind of releases, man. And the cool thing about this one, I didn't even know this, the first Mega Man Legacy Collection even came with some goodies. It's got some Mega Man stickers in there. And here it's got a download code for some Mega Man music. And it even came with this little card. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's actually, a robot. It says here Robot Master cheat sheet. Yeah, which is actually points out like the weak points for all the bosses and all that. So that's actually pretty fun that they put something in there like that. I mean, most of these games today, they don't even have like a manual or something like that. Just it's awesome that they put some awesome collectible stuff in there as well. Unfortunately, the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 didn't have any of these, so Capcom kind of cheaped out on that one, I guess. Yeah, I know. Most people these days probably don't care too much about that stuff. Probably only like the collectors and all that too, but times change. So yeah, that's it for the Xbox One games. I got some 360 games as well. I got here is Cabela's Outdoor Adventure. So yeah, some more Cabela's. And got here is Disney's DuckTales remastered. Yeah, so is this the remastered version of the NES game actually? And I think it's NES. It's not Super NES, I think. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with those. Oh, it says here on the back NES actually. So yeah, but anyways, this has a digital release as well. Of course, it's an Xbox 360 arcade game, but only in the US it actually got a physical release. And the cool thing about this is that I can play this disc actually not on my 360 because I have a European 360, but I can play it on my Xbox One since this game has become backwards compatible, which means that you can also It also reads the European discs. The only thing I think is that you have to set the settings to US, but it's not much of a hassle. And because of that reason, I bought this one as well, Jurassic Park the game. Yeah, actually a game released by Telltale. You might know them from the Walking Dead games they did, and several more actually. Game of Thrones as well they did, and a couple more. Really big at the moment, and I have to say that the Walking Dead game, I only played the first 2 seasons up until now, and I love them, man. I really love them. Usually, I'm not that big of a fan when they just release like the games in like seasons and then episodes. But with this one, it kind of seemed right, I guess. So I always downloaded like the next episode when it came out, and I have to say, I mean, every time it was just like playing a little bit of like a movie or something. It's not even really a game, I guess, but it's all really good fun, really fun storyline. And the only thing that makes it more of like a game is that you can choose how the story evolves, and I think that's really awesome. Actually, you don't know too much about this Jurassic Park game. I don't know if it's quite the same thing as that. It's released quite a bit earlier than all the Walking Dead games and all that. But yeah, for some reason this hasn't got a PAL release, and I knew about this game for quite a while, and when I saw that it became backwards compatible for Xbox One, I was so stoked that I finally was able to play this one, and now I got it. So yeah, we'll definitely check it out soon. I'm grabbing some other stuff I got here. So yeah, last things I got here was some PS1 stuff. Quite a big of a list of PS1 games that I wanted to get. Of course, I didn't get everything, but it's always good for this when you make these kind of trips that you have like a list and know what you want to get, because I went to some stores that had so much stuff, man. You can't go through it all. If you want to see some other stuff, then you can't go through it all. But yeah, just so you guys, for those of you who are interested, some games some shops we went to were, like I said, Best Buy and GameStops. Those are like the bigger stores, and they only have like the new stuff. Also the Book Off, like I mentioned before. And we also went to 8-Bit and Up, which is a retro game store. We went to Video Games New York. And we went to J&L Games, which is directly in Manhattan, actually. J&L Games. All of them had quite a lot. 8-Bit and Up is probably the smallest store, but the cool thing about 8-Bit and Up is that they didn't have anything in like glass cases or anything, so you can see all the games and just pick them up. J&L had everything behind the counter, so that was a bit harder. If you didn't have a list, then it would have definitely made it very hard to find some games. And Video Games New York was just, I mean, the store is not that big, but they have so much. It was unbelievable, man. And like, I didn't know what happened when I went in there. But yeah, I found some awesome stuff. This one was actually a pretty weird find, actually, also in Video Games New York. It's actually the PAL version of Life Force Tenkai. Yeah, it's the only PAL release I got. It was actually the only store that had some PAL releases. Like the PAL versions of the games, they don't work on US television, so that's probably why you won't find a lot of PAL stuff. They had quite a lot of Japanese imports for different systems like PS2 and PS1, but I didn't get any of them. But yeah, Tenka, man, really awesome game, really awesome first-person shooter. Was looking for this quite a while, but in Europe, the English version is pretty hard to find, I guess. Definitely for a good price and a good condition. As you can see here, the box is a little cracked, but this was like $10 only, and so that's really cheap. So yeah, got some PS1 games here. Only PS1 games left. So I got here is Jet Moto 3. The first two were released in PAL. I don't think they were called Jet Moto. They were what was the name again? I can't think about it right now. So yeah, but 989 Studios. Most of these games weren't actually released in Europe. The most games they did. I got here was two that I really wanted to have for a long time. Twisted Metal 3 and 4. I'm a big fan of the Twisted Metal games, especially the first two. But yeah, for some reason, Twisted Metal 3 and 4 both didn't make it overseas. But yeah, finally got these into my collection. This game, Twisted Metal 4, actually caused me to go and listen to like metal music because of the soundtrack Rob Zombie did on it. He also did the soundtrack on this one, actually. I mean, I don't know if he did the soundtrack himself, but there's a lot of music of Rob Zombie in it, and in Twisted Metal 4 you can even play as Rob Zombie, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, got here is RPG Maker. So I'm not a big fan of RPG games, but yeah, I mean, just RPG Maker where you can create your own RPG. It's it seems pretty interesting. I know about the other game Fighter Maker, which it's not the best, but it's still fun. I don't even know if this is from the same company or same guys who did Fighter Maker, to be honest. But yeah, this it sounded interesting and it wasn't too expensive, and it isn't released in Europe, so I decided to get it. Some more first-person hunting. Cabela's fun here. Yeah, Cabela's Ultimate Deer Hunt. Open season. So yeah, I already had the other Cabela's game for PS1, which was the only US game I got, I think. Yeah, I got a couple of long boxes, but it was the only regular CD case game I had. So yeah, now I got both of them. Yeah. And I got here some King of Fighters 99, which isn't released in Europe either, as far as I know. Like I said, I did quite a bit of research before I went to the US to make a list of all the games, and I have to say it was quite hard looking for that. My main source was Wikipedia, but Wikipedia isn't always correct, so I had to double check like everything, and might have been some flaws in there, but I knew about some games, like Twisted Metal 3 and 4. I knew that they aren't released here, but for it doesn't matter anyway. I got here is Uprising X. Yeah, this game was still pretty cheap. So, but yeah, I don't care about sealed games. I want to play all of these, so I took it out of the seal immediately when I got home. Yeah. I got here is one I played quite a bit when I was young. It's Bushido Blade 2. Yeah, a really awesome game. I really don't get it why this version of this game hasn't been released in Europe, actually, because it's way better than the first one. The first one was so slow. I mean, it's a cool game, but this one is, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, got here a Blaster Master, second game of that Blaster Master, blasting again. Blasting, whatever. Yep, another one isn't released in Europe. And yeah, last I got here is some games that are released in Europe, but not in these versions or cases or whatever. I got here is Striker 96. So yeah, the long boxes, the US long boxes. I just freaking love these, man. I do really want to have a full set of all of them, but some of them are quite expensive, and yeah, they're only released in America, so yeah, they're not too easy to find here in Europe, and sometimes they're definitely overpriced. I already have three of them, but yeah, um, I got a couple more, and like you can see here, I definitely went for the cheaper ones. Some of the sports games, like the Striker 96. You got here, it's Ridge Racer. Yeah, definitely the classic racer for PS1. One of the best racing games ever released, I think. I'm more of an arcade racing guy. Not even too much in racing games, but I played the heck out of Ridge Racer, man. And got here's NFL Game Day. Like I said, I went for cheap sport games, but it was pretty good condition, and it yeah, was really cheap. Or probably really glad I bought some of these. And I got here is NHL Face Off. And the last one I got here is Williams Arcade's Greatest Hit. As you can see here, this box is a little beat up. I mean, that's a problem with some of these big boxes. They come in different cases. These type, you know, the cardboard always comes off, and you know, for some reason the glue doesn't stick. But you know, I will fix this and make it look better. But this one, yeah, a pretty cool compilation as well. Like I said, this one is released in Europe, but you know, it's okay. I really love the long boxes. So yeah, that's it. I also got a couple of t-shirts. I can't show them right now actually, because they're being washed. I got this one as well. You can see here, it's the Zombie 2 shirt. Freaking awesome Luci Fulci movie. So yeah, that's it. It was freaking awesome time in New York. Definitely want to go back sometime. Yeah, definitely want to go back to the US anyway. I mean, just for the shopping, it's just freaking awesome. If you're into like collecting DVDs and games, I would definitely recommend going to New York someday. And you know, of course, not just for the shops. It's an awesome city, and yeah, we had a freaking awesome time. New York Comic Con was great, and you know, met some interesting people and saw some awesome stuff. And so yeah, that's it for my special video this time. So see you guys next time, and bye.